Yo, what is up guys? My name is Zach. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome to the day 3 recap of the 2017 NBA playoffs. 48 minutes, that's what it takes to win a game in the playoffs. 48 minutes of playing nothing but the best basketball that you are capable of playing. The Pacers have now put together 2 games in which they played great basketball for around 43 minutes. And those 2 5-minute stretches of playing a little below their best is the reason why they now find themselves down 2-0 to the Cavaliers. Yesterday though, even if they did play a full 48 minutes of great basketball, it would be a bit tough to have still beaten the Cavaliers, since Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Kevin Love were all cooking last night. And the Pacers are really no team for that matter can stop all of those guys when they're playing like they were last night. And the Pacers did try to by putting Paul George and Kyrie Irving when he had it going, but then that meant leaving Lance Stephenson to try and guard Kevin Love. And that was an absolute disaster. Love was just bullying Stephenson the entire time he was trying to guard him. And most of this went down in the third quarter when the Cavs were able to gain some separation from Indiana and build an 18-point lead headed into the fourth quarter. But like they always seem to do, the Pacers did mount a late game comeback that once again fell short, and 117-111 was the final score. Kyrie Irving, was flames as usual, scoring 37 points, while Love had an extremely efficient 27 points on 6 of 7 shooting from the field and 12 from 12 shooting from the stripe. And of course, LeBron was out there doing a lot of everything: 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. On the other hand, Paul George wasn't happy with a couple of his teammates after the game. Those teammates being Lance Stephenson and Myles Turner, saying that Stephenson needs to control his emotions better.
With Lance, he's such an emotional barometer for you guys. High, I'm wondering potentially low. If he gets a little flustered, is that contagious at all?
It can be. It can be. He's got to learn to control himself. He's got to learn to just be in the moment. Lance is in our locker room is looked upon as a leader, one of our leaders. So his body language has to improve, just for the team. We all know it. Lance is an emotional guy, and a lot of it is just his heart and his competitiveness that emotion comes out on. But he's just got to channel that and put it towards making effort plays on the court, and doing whatever he needs for us to succeed.
And that Turner needs to take that next step as a player right now.
Paul, what do you need from Myles Turner moving forward this series? He was pretty unproductive today.
No, we just need him to challenge Tristan. Keep him off the boards, and he's got to make himself available down low in the post. He's got to know at this point we need him to take it to the next level, and we'll continue to work with him.
Stephenson's emotional play can either inspire the team or he can be a bit too out of control and hurt the team. This was one of those times where, it hurt the team. As for Turner, George just sees what he can be, and he knows that if the Pacers are gonna have any chance at all against Cleveland, that Turner needs to be that player right now. But he also knows that Turner is only 21 years old and in the second year of his league, so he might not just be capable of taking that next step just yet. Paul George had 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Jeff Teague also contributed 23 points for the Pacers. J.R. Smith had to leave the game early with a hamstring injury, but says he plans on playing in Game 3 as long as he is cleared to. The Spurs are probably the worst matchup the Grizzlies possibly could have had in the first round. And no offense to the Grizzlies or anything, but with all the round 1 matchups being talked about this year, this really isn't one of them, as I don't think too many people have Memphis getting out of the first round with the Spurs as their opponents, nor do I think many people see it even being close. And after last night's loss, it's looking like that very well could be the case, as Memphis now faces a 2-0 deficit. And unlike the first game when the Spurs entertained the Grizzlies in the first half, the Spurs were trying to send the Grizzlies into an early hibernation in this one, leading by as many as 26 points in the first half. In the second half though, the Grizzlies almost made a comeback. I say almost because they would have if it weren't for Kawhi Leonard basically not allowing them to get too close, which resulted in the final score reading 96-82. Kawhi Leonard scored a career postseason high with 37 points, including hitting all 19 of his free throw attempts to go along with 11 rebounds. And it was the free throw shooting like that had the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, David Fizdale, heated after the game. I mean, he went off on the officials.
You know, it's unfortunate that I got a guy like Mike Conley who in his whole career has got 0 technical fouls and just cannot seem to get the proper respect from the officials that he deserves. It was a very poorly officiated basketball game. Zach Randolph, the most rugged guy in the game, had 0 free throws, but somehow Kawhi Leonard had 19 free throws. First half, we shot 19 shots in the paint, and we had 6 free throws. They shot 11 times in the paint, and they had 23 free throws. I'm not a numbers guy, but that doesn't seem to add up. Overall, 35 times we shot the ball in the paint. We had 15 free throws for the game. They shot 18 times in the paint and had 32 free throws. Kawhi shot more free throws than our whole team. Explain it to me. We don't get the respect that these guys deserve because Mike Conley doesn't go crazy. He has class, and he just plays the game. But I'm not going to let them treat us that way. You know, I know Pop's got pedigree, and I'm a young rookie, but they're not going to rook us. That's unacceptable. That was unprofessional. My guys dug in that game and earned the right to be in that game, and they did not even give us a chance.
All right, thank you.
Take that for data.
I can say what I want to say, ain't nothing to it. Gangsta rap made me do it.
The amount of respect I just gained for this man to literally not care at all about the fines that he will be getting from the league, but just wants to be known that he felt the refs were against his players the entire game. And you really can't dispute the fact that something seems a bit off when you look at the numbers he gave. 19 free throws for Kawhi Leonard is a bit excessive, especially since he single-handedly attempted more free throws than the Grizzlies the entire game, even though the Grizzlies are a team that lives in the paint. So you would think that they would get some whistles too, but as we can see, that just wasn't the case. Mike Conley had 24 points and 8 assists, and Zach Randolph had 18 off the bench. And that wraps up all the action for the Day 3 recap of the 2017 NBA playoffs, and now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected Draymond Green and his 19 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 blocks, and 3 steals as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. You have Kawhi Leonard and his 37 points and 11 rebounds, Kyrie Irving and his 37 points, or LeBron James and his 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 blocks, and 4 steals. As always, you guys can go vote for the player of the day right now by following the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like on it if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA. Until next time, keep getting the buckets, Team STC, and I'm out of here.